John Cena and The Rock have always been WWE's poster boys, known for their wild energy. But when it came to the DC universe, one fell short, while the other rose to the top. This video reveals how John Cena became everything The Rock wanted to be in DC. Starting with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who has starred in many films such as Fast 5 and Jumanji, both of which were major hits. Day by day, he was becoming more popular, and this caught the attention of the DC Universe production team, which led him to feature in an exciting cameo where he aced it and gained even more fan approval back in 2022.
All right, TV night with my bro. You're going on a date with Lois? So disrespectful.
Oh.
Dwayne Johnson ended up appearing in the Super Pets cameo, which delivered big ideas and brought smiles to audiences everywhere. Though full of small chases and strange pets from the leads, the hard talk was the dive into hero pups, packed with odd beings and risks. And what set this movie on a strange new path was the voice of Crypto. No hints spoiled it. Johnson as Superman's dog was a fun and short surprise in many scenes. This odd role made people laugh but shook no big worlds, leaving a small mark on the film, as it earned only $200 million worldwide, with viewers praising him altogether for his entrance into the DCU. His voice touched hearts, as they laughed at Johnson's loyal portrayal of Superman's dog. But that's not all. It also built some buzz as he became the talk for this quirky choice. And just like that, the spot lifted the film a bit, with folks noting his warm play. Even though the ratings weren't great, it marked his heroic voice, hinting at a bigger role where he would truly shine.
When one has an abundance of power, they have a certain duty to use that power to...
Sorry.
The audience also had positive impressions of him, highlighting his presence in a major upcoming project. And just like that, after his successful runs in previous films, DC cast him as the lead in Black Adam, 2022. Directed by Jaume Collet-Serra. The reason was simple. At that time, DC was lagging behind, and just like RDJ in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DCU needed a poster boy to reshape its legacy and compete neck and neck with Marvel.
I was a slave until I died. Then I was reborn a god. My son sacrificed his life to save me.
Portraying an enslaved man who gained powers from a wizard, Black Adam rises in rebellion against slavery and oppression. His backstory adds depth to his actions, as he is seen as a vengeful character constantly fighting against injustice. Though the film had wild action and smart lines from the stars, one big part that caught eyes was Black Adam's clash with the Justice Society, full of power and speed. Despite being portrayed as an anti-hero with ruthless characteristics, his main goal was to save the people of his nation from oppressors. But he wasn't just saving his people, he was also serving as a tool to keep the DCEU from becoming irrelevant. So, the expectations were massive, as everyone knew Dwayne Johnson's plan to save the DCU and become their RDJ. He wanted Black Adam to lead like Iron Man did for Marvel, with big stories and fresh starts. For a moment, Black Adam's rise felt real because Johnson pushed for a strong hero comeback at the end. But The Rock didn't just want to be the next Iron Man of the DCU, he also wanted to establish himself as a worthy rival to Superman. Although it seemed funny that he ultimately transformed from Superman's loyal dog to Superman's opponent, it actually gained a lot of attention online. But attention sometimes brings up chaos, and The Rock was no different. Even though this bold role had heart and saved the day in several scenes, the film became a topic of discussion at first, earning only $393 million worldwide, nothing compared to the billions Avengers Endgame made. The worst came when the film received only a 39% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which was quite disappointing. But not only on Rotten Tomatoes, it also scored 6.1 on IMDb, even lower than the Super Pets movie. And things reached their peak when people discovered a major issue between him and James Gunn, which also damaged the bond between the cast and the production team.
So many changes in leadership. Biggest opening of your career. Bring back Superman and Henry Cavill. The world went crazy, and you have all those changes in leadership. You have people coming in, are gonna make decisions.
And in the end, the film flopped with high costs not met, leaving fans sad and upset over no more big plans. As a result, DC fans felt let down online, saying, "Everyone knows it's mostly The Rock's fault," while others said, "In reality, it's because The Rock doesn't understand the Black Adam character at all." However, it wasn't just the fans. YouTube creators also pointed out his flaws and showed how he struggled with the character of Black Adam.
But that's not how things played out. Instead, a series of power plays, questionable decisions, and behind-the-scenes drama didn't just derail Johnson's vision, it helped fracture the very universe.
And so, consequently, he couldn't meet fans' expectations, and many rejected him as Black Adam, leading the series to be halted amid widespread criticism. But while things went wrong for The Rock as Black Adam, the story was different for Cena, who received love from fans for his movies even when he played a supporting role in Suicide Squad. In The Suicide Squad, John Cena stood out with his humorous peace attitude and powerful combat scenes. His action sequences showed great potential, suggesting that he could be a leading protagonist in the DCU. Fans also enjoyed its fun style, giving it a 90% recommendation rating online, with a rating of 7.2 at IMDb. But it's not only the audience, even the cast loved it as they shared in talks about the team fun. And unlike The Rock, who had some tension with James Gunn, Cena shared a great relationship with him, which strengthened their bond and helped the movie succeed. Fans went crazy on Reddit, hailing it as one of the best team films with threads full of talks about his strong play. As a result, fans cheered for Cena online, saying, "John Cena was born to be Peacemaker, and Cena as Peacemaker is gold in DC." And
Non-lethal. You lose. Exploding compression bullets.
surprisingly, what Dwayne Johnson failed to do with his iconic Black Adam, Cena accomplished exactly, becoming a fan favorite with his role as Peacemaker. And this popularity led Cena to star in his own movie Peacemaker, focused on the character. Every episode turned the series into a fan favorite, pulling in huge viewership, with John Cena starring as the protagonist, fully transforming from a side hero in the Suicide Squad. But it's not just the action Peacemaker went through a serious redemption arc in the series. In the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker was seen as a ruthless killer, but in the series, he struggles with guilt over his past actions, especially killing Rick Flag, and begins to question what peace really means. And Peacemaker's traumatic childhood also adds to this, showing how he struggled growing up with an abusive father who had a strong influence on his character. These stories also touched fans as they also praised him time after time, watching the show over and over again, making it a hit while giving it 94% rating online. But it also got a massive rating of 8.3 in IMDb, shaping the legacy as Cena turned into the buzz for this shock hit. Fans said it cracked them up as they flooded the comments saying, "Peacemaker is now at the top of superheroes. Well done, John Cena." But soon after, some fans went even crazier on Reddit, hailing it as the best superhero show, with threads full of talks about his deep play. As a result, after the massive wave of praise, the production team launched Season 2 of Peacemaker, featuring new stories and plots to capture the popularity it had gained. Despite starting off as someone who killed for fun, in Season 2, we see his transformation as he struggles with his past and evolves from an anti-hero into a true hero.
Sketty arms.
Did you know Becky Coolidge?
Becky Coolidge.
That's my mom. She used to bartend in the Starlight Lounge.
Becky Coolidge, yeah, that's right.
And just like that, John Cena built his own legacy, becoming a true DC star with fans appreciating his performance. He was literally seen carrying the character of Chris through his acting and impressions, which helped the series become a fan favorite as the trailer racked up millions of views online. Unlike The Rock, who failed to maintain his role as Black Adam and disappointed fans while getting canceled, Cena won hearts by transforming a C-tier character into a main protagonist,